Hey guys, for some reason I have not been able to make it to the barber. Anyway, I want to make this. I want to be very clear at why I'm taking a stance on this issue of heterosexuality. Okay, I have to be very, very clear. Okay, because this is a bigger problem. People say, "Oh, it don't matter. Oh, it doesn't mean anything." What difference does it make? Let me tell you exactly why. Okay? Catholic charities, because of the state of Massachusetts, they say, "Oh, it's okay in these states." And it's happening okay. It's okay if the states allow homosexual marriage. Okay? When you take homosexuality and make it and by law say that it's marriage and that all the benefits of marriage, even though it can never meet the requirements. It can never meet all the one of the biggest thing about getting married is having children. Okay? And this is an issue and a fight for your children. Okay? Let me explain. Catholic charities in Massachusetts is being forced to give children to homosexual arrangements. Or two homosexuals. Okay? Now, that's a confusion in itself because you have homosexual men and then you have homosexual women. Okay, so that's two sets of different homosexuals. So those are lesbians. And now they have this thing where they say gay, lesbian, transgender, asexual, bisexual, bisexual, they have all these other things. Okay, so this is complete chaos now. Instead of saying a marriage, man and a woman, that can have children, okay, or are infertile, can't bear children. Now these children are supposed to go to different sets of sexual groups, okay. Now I gotta specify, this is sex. This is nothing other than sex, okay. The difference between a regular regular marriage that has been throughout the centuries, and this new crop of supposedly of this new relation is sex. The difference between heterosexuals and homosexuals is sex. That's the only difference. Okay, they are not equal. Heterosexuals have children. Homosexuals never have children. Okay, they will have to have a heterosexual relationship to have a children. So their feasibility as being a whole nother set is just blown away right there. Okay, they have to be heterosexual to have children. Okay, they have to have some type of heterosexual, either in artificial insemination or something. It is not dependent in self-sustaining life. It is parasitic to heterosexual. You have to have either a homosexual lifestyle. Okay, now let me say this. This is not race. It's not the same as human. It's a sexual issue. It is not moral. It's moral. It's a moral, but it's also sexual, but it's not a human issue. This thing about marriage is not a human issue. It's not human rights issue. People getting together, having sex, who the heck they want, marriage or not. It's not anything like that. It's not a human issue. It is a sexual issue. Okay? And only a sexual issue on one level, on a common sense level. Okay, the moral implications is what concerns me, because I know that a child being born in that one in that relationship will always be there. Will never learn what is sin, what is morality, and things like that. They'll never teach them anything about sin. Do what you want, do what you feel like, it don't matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. That's what they'll teach them, and that's the society and the generation that will come up after that is moralists. Okay, is not about sins, or hypocritically saying that, well, there are some sins and then some that are sins are not sins. Okay, but anyway, get to the straight to the point. The problem that we're having right now, and this is an issue, and I have to bring it to your attention, because of Mitt Romney, the governor of Massachusetts, and any Iowa, any religious institution that is any way affiliated with the states or anything. The Catholic Charities are affiliated. They have saved homosexuals from abuse and everything. These God-based, God-fearing, God-believing, God institutions are being told that they have to give their children, they have to give adopted children to homosexuality, to homosexuals. Now they are forced. Mitt Romney is forcing the Catholic Charities institution in Massachusetts. They're saying that they have to give their children to homosexual, and that's against their belief system. That's completely against everything they believe. That's completely against the will of God. It's completely against everything that they believe, and completely and everything we know about God on any level that we know it as American society is based on the Bible. Okay, now again, for me personally, it's a moral issue. Okay, I don't have children. I've never been married. So to me, it's merely a moral issue of truth. Okay, and the truth to me is that if you take black people and white people, and that's what they're trying to make this, they're trying to confuse the issue. Black people and white people are equal. We know that. We can do certain things, and certain things do certain things better than the other, but we can all do exactly the same thing. We can have kids. Matter of fact, having children was the thing that kept black people from being what they call less than human, because, you know, two species cannot have children. Okay, by nature, two different species cannot have children. So they're doing all kinds of things with genetics. Okay, I even know about that. I have an award for the Sendosa Museum where they take hybrids, aquabreds. Look it up, and you'll find that, you know, it won a award. This is just an old shirt that I'm wearing. Okay, I'll scratch it out if I ever think about it again. But I used to work for them. But the thing about this is that they are being forced to give their children. They're being forced to give their children to them, and so the Catholic Charities are saying, we rather go out of business to disobey God. They rather get out of that business of helping people. Catholic Charities, if that helps, this should have never happened. Gays should have never. There's one thing that, okay, a woman is pregnant, she gets bitter with the man and becomes homosexual. And a homosexual allures a woman saying, hey, I can take care of your children. Okay? And they always use the sexual woman, Wanda Sykes, sorry. They put a woman up, you know, Girls Gone Wild. They put the women on television and made the man say, hey, homosexuality is okay. And then they say, oops, well, let's put the men up. And then they say, hey, it's not okay. And then they say, you're a hypocrite. Okay, so so this is how it's very cunning, very deceiving. Okay, but plain and simple, homosexuality and heterosexuality are completely different. They are not equal. They should not be treated equally. There's no reason to bring children. If that is the case, then you should have rights for children and stuff. Then have your own children. Have your own children. You know, if you can't have your own children, if you and your homosexual lover cannot have your own children, or bedmate, or whatever you want to call it, if you cannot have your own children, then why are you asking for rights for children? That doesn't make any kind of logical sense. You can't have children. Why are you having rights? If you do, you'll have it through heterosexuality. Okay? So your homosexuality never compares to heterosexuality. They are not equal, and it's causing a problem with the whole system of awarding children. It is bigger than this. It's not an easy matter. It's not a simple matter. My thing about it is the morals, because then you teach children that heterosexuality is okay. It doesn't matter what is sex and stuff like that. And that's not the case. When you mix up family lines, when you mix up bloodlines, like Sarah did with Abraham and took Hagar and had children, Ishmael. Okay, had children that spun off the different bloodlines. They became enemies that have been fighting for 5,000 years, and that's why we have the Arabs fighting against the Jews right now, and why our president is across it. Because when you change the morality, when you start doing stuff based on flesh and based on spirituality, they are in conflict, and that's my problem with it. It's like you're breeding a conflictual people with no sense of spirituality. God bless you all. Love you all.